Hello, this is Annalisa from Faith Dream Create and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I have a St. Patrick's Day themed card. It's also going to be a birthday card, and I'll be using this stamp set from Colorado Craft Company, and this is called 4-Leaf Clover. So it's got the cute little mouse in a clover field holding up a clover, and then it has just a mouse with a clover, and I believe it's a dragonfly on top of the clover. So you have two different options for the cute little mice where they should be outside. But I'm going to be using the mouse in the clover field holding the clover. So as you can see, I am stamping this out using my stamping platform, and I'm using VersaFine Onyx black ink so that I can do some watercoloring with the Tim Holtz watercolor pencils and pull those out and do a fun watercolor effect. I really do love the Tim Holtz watercolor pencils. I'm excited to get the newer sets in a little bit. They just released 3 new sets, so those are definitely on my wish list. So I'm just coloring in this mouse, and while I go ahead and color in the mouse and the clovers, I just want to go ahead and say that all of the supplies that I'm using will be linked down below in the description box. I do notice that this stamp set is not available at Simon Says Stamp, where I usually buy it. They have the die set, and scrapbook.com is sold out. So if you do like this stamp set and you do not have it, check your local stores or turn on the notifications on the particular websites, or maybe you have this set or a similar set. This is the Anita Geram line, and there's so many different cute bunnies and mice and different critters from her lines from Colorado Craft Company. So definitely go ahead and see if you can get something similar. But this is a super fun stamp set, and I'm just going to go ahead and read the different sentiments that it comes with. May your blessings outnumber the shamrocks that grow. A good friend is like a 4-leaf clover, hard to find and lucky to have. And then it says happy St. Patrick's Day. So lots of great sentiments, and some of these sentiments could be good for all year. You could definitely send a luck-themed card throughout the whole year, but we're going to do some St. Patrick's Day themed birthday cards over the next few days and weeks leading up to St. Patrick's Day, because I have a lot of birthdays in the month of March. I have 2 of my kids having birthdays in March, and then my mother-in-law, my father-in-law, my brother, and my sister-in-law. And I feel like there's more. I have some friends who have birthdays in March as well. So March is a busy birthday month, and I know for sure my mother-in-law, her birthday falls really close to St. Patrick's Day, so sometimes she likes to throw a St. Patrick's Day themed green birthday party just because her birthday falls super close to St. Patrick's Day. So it's fun to embrace this, do some cards with a green theme and luck and clovers and just some of the fun traditions, rainbows and horseshoes and luck. So that's what we're doing, and now I'm working on the card panel. So I usually just stamp directly onto my card base and or do ink blending right on the card base to save a step and to save some time. But today I am doing it on a separate panel because I wanted to do some layering and bring in some more green. So I'm going to be bringing in some green cardstock in a little bit. But first, as you can see, I just used Tumbled Glass Distress Oxide ink to blend this background. So this is the sky behind the mouse in the clover. And then I'm just using the Distress ink sprayer and adding some water droplets to that and heat setting it to get it to dry quicker. And I find that with the heat tool, it dries it in a different way. I don't know, it just like gives it a fun effect. You could definitely put this off to the side and leave it and let it dry. But it's fun to work with the water and ink and just see it come together. So now I'm going to start setting the scene, working on everything, and getting this card done. So here is the green cardstock. I'm going to glue this down using the Barely Art glue. And then I will cut out a border around this with the paper trimmer. This is the Tim Holtz paper trimmer. I forget which size, but getting a good border around there. Figuring out the next steps of the card. And gluing down my little mouse with his clovers in the clover field. Setting a very simple scene. And I do end up cutting a different card base because I made this panel a little bit too big. Me just going with the flow and rolling with my ideas. Needed to do that. And as you can see, my magnets, this is a newer platform. I had two, pulled the newer one out recently, and I haven't done anything with the magnets, and they got stuck together and they ripped a little piece of the green border, but I decided to go with it. Maybe the mouse ate through the paper. I don't know, just went with it, kept rolling. And I know that you can put like washi tape on the magnets so that they don't get stuck together as easily. I do need to do that. But yeah, I'm just using some Simon Says stamp, green ink, I believe. And I stamped 3 of the sentiments, actually 2 sentiments from the stamp set that we are using today. And then the happy birthday or birthday wishes stamp is from a Simon Says stamp set. And I will link that down below. And then I did go ahead and restamp the Happy St. Patrick's Day because it's a very detailed stamp. And I find with these stamps that have the sentiment strip and like the very solid color and then just the white words, I find that the ink can get saturated in the words as well. And even if you're doing your best stamping, sometimes it takes a few tries. So I did go ahead and stamp that out again and cut it down and glue it over the original stamped image, stamped words. So now I'm just gluing the card panel to the card base. And then I'm going to add a few finishing touches before we finish up today's card. So I grabbed out some green Nouveau drops, actually not Nouveau drops, I don't know why I said Nouveau drops, pops of color from scrapbook.com. They are similar to the Nouveau drops, but adding some different dots here and there to bring in more of that green and have some fun with this. And doing them in different directions just to add some fun elements. And then I'm going to flick them to make them flatter and not as pointed. And then that will finish up the card. So here is the card up close. So thank you so much for watching today's video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. Here on my channel, I share card making, Bible journaling, DIY projects, and sometimes cleaning videos in my craft room. So if you like that kind of content, definitely subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.